What's going on, and welcome back to the Informed Podcast. So I actually wanted to cover this just because Roland Martin came across my feed the other day. Now, I'm not even subscribed to Roland Martin, but yet he did come across my feed, and I want to cover this story. Now, Roland Martin, to say that he's a Democratic shield would be an understatement because Roland Martin, through and through, no matter what the Democrat Party does, he will protect them. He will ignore all their flaws. He will hold them not to any accountability. And he would just go and press the Republican side and blame them as if they're the boogeyman, while not holding any accountability to the Democratic Party. Now, this came across my feed. Now, if you guys know what happened in Jacksonville, Florida, pretty much three people were shot and murdered by a all-out racist in a Dollar General, right? So Ron DeSantis decided to go to the memorial where he was going to give a little speech over there. And during his little speech, the crowd started booing him. And this woman named Jacoby Pittman, she came out. She's the representative. She's a councilwoman who represents District 8. She came out. She pretty much took the mic from Ron DeSantis. She started babbling. She started saying, pretty much, y'all need to calm down for my other side comes out. Then she says, let's get this party started. Yes, that's a very disgusting statement by her. Let's get this party started. Woman, you're at a memorial. Now, this woman, I don't know if she was drinking that day. I cannot give you any facts that she was drinking. I can give you any evidence that she was drinking, but she must have been drinking that day. But she came out there to a memorial talking about, let's get the party started. Now, this is the person that's representing them as a councilwoman over there in District 8 in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, when Roland Martin covered this, I thought he was going to be, holding the Democrats' feet to the fire because of what she did. But in fact, all he did was, once again, blame the Republicans and the conservatives for everything. This is what you usually see with him. He never holds the Democrats accountable, but he always holds the Republicans accountable in their feet to the fire at every opportunity that he sees, even when the Democrats are in the wrong, where he tries to act like the conservatives are the be all end all. If we get rid of all the conservatives and the Republicans, that the world will be a better place. And if the Democrats took over, the world will be a better place. That's a bunch of nonsense. Roland Martin is one of the Democratic shields of the year, probably of the century, because all he does is put his blinders on when it comes to the Democratic Party, and he blames everything on the Republicans. Even when he sees that the Democrats are doing the same thing as the Republicans, he blames the Republicans for he blames the Republicans and try to hold them accountable for the same things that he sees the Democrats are doing. But because the Democrats are always trying to bankroll him, or he tries to get the Democrats to bankroll him, he would never hold the Democrats accountable. Now, I came across this video right here. Now, in this video, it was actually kind of surprising to me because I give credit when credit is due. And these three panelists, they actually attempted to hold this woman feet to the fire when it came to what she said to the crowd. Now, Roland Martin, throughout this whole video, they kind of broke bad on him because Roland Martin kept the whole focus on DeSantis, even after they said what they said about this woman, how she should be held accountable for what she said. Roland Martin tried to take the focus back to Ron DeSantis at every point that he tried to put out there. Now, I'm going to play for you guys what she said, then I'm going to play for what they said, and I'm going to also input why local politics is so important, because somebody like Jacoby Pittman, she doesn't deserve to be a councilwoman. So first, let me play what she said, which is disgusting trash that she said at the memorial. Usually on the Roland Martin show, they never hold the Democrats accountable. So when I saw these three panelists holding a Democrat accountable, I was very surprised. Not only did they hold the Republican accountable, but they also held the Democratic person, which is Pittman, accountable for what she said. Now, Roland Martin, he pretty much wasn't having none of that. He was trying to talk over it. He kept on ignoring that, but he couldn't ignore what they said. Now, I'm going to play for you guys what she said. Then I'm going to play for you guys what they said about her. I'm not going to play what they said about Ron DeSantis because we know this is the Roland Martin show. And, when it comes to conservatives and Republicans, they have nothing good to say about conservatives and Republicans. So that's just something you don't even have to watch, because if you want to go and hear them bash Republicans and conservatives, they do that every day. But on this day, they actually held a Democrat feet to the fire, and I was very surprised and shocked by what they were doing. So let me play that.
These institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside, because it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party, so don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts, because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
So we have already.
Okay, so I don't have to play with Ron DeSantis. Like I said, this is the Roland Martin show, and they're usually bashing Republicans and conservatives. So if you guys want to watch them bash Republicans or conservatives, just tune in tomorrow. They'll be bashing them tomorrow, like they do all the time. Like they've been doing for years. But if you hear what this woman said, I'm here to take the gifts. I'm here to take the whatever that Ron DeSantis is giving them. This woman right here has been in office for over 30 years. Now, this is the problem that I see with Black people. You guys will take the lowest common denominator and let the Democrats put them in place in office, because these people right here, they're not talented. They have no talent. They're not freaking intelligent. They're not the brightest person in the freaking room. But the Democrats put them forward because these people are the people that will sell you out for a dime. Now, let me play what the three panelists said about her, because I believe that this is a rare time that you actually see somebody on Roland Martin's show holding Democrats accountable for their actions.
People should have been doing a lot more than booing at DeSantis. And the sister who said, "Oh, this is not about politics," I mean, she's wrong. She's absolutely wrong. And of course, she's got to score her political points. And so I suppose she did. But what she also did was show the kind of myopia that none of us likes to see. You know good and well that DeSantis not only set the table, he put the forks and knives and spoons on it. He set this up. And we should be surprised that it happened.
And so when Councilwoman Pittman is saying, let's not boo him, we're going to get this party started. It's not a party. This is an assault on our people. And every single day, Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, and all of these other people feel like they can build their campaigns, build their whole infrastructure politically on the backs of Black people.
And finally, to the councilwoman who stepped in and said, y'all just give him a break and please listen to him, I'm very disgusted with her, because nobody has asked you to come out and be the Negro herder. Ron DeSantis should have to stand for the rhetoric that he has been telling the people of Florida in his campaigns and even after he took office. And he should not be shielded from how the general public feels about this. Those people who are booing him, which I'm glad they did, those people who are booing him are not thinking about political parties. They are thinking about the fact that this man, Ron DeSantis, has put a target on Black people in the state of Florida, and now those chickens have come home to roost. And so really it's time out for folks trying to sanitize Black pain, and it's time out for other Black people jumping in trying to protect and defend white people from accountability for things that they need to be held accountable for.
So we just heard what the panelists had to say in regards to the councilwoman. Like I said, I don't give them much credit. I give them credit right now because these people never hold the Democratic Party or anybody in the Democratic Party to any type of accountability. So when I did see this, it actually, brought a little tiny smidge of hope to these three panelists. That's on Roland Martin, the Democratic shield, Roland Martin, the freaking Joe Biden ass kisser. It brought me a little hope, because usually when these people get on this panel, it's about kissing Joe Biden's backside. It's about kissing Kamala Harris' backside. It's about protecting the Democratic Party at all sides. So when I saw them actually stand up for Black people, especially the three Black people who were murdered, who were executed in Jacksonville, Florida, it kind of brought a little bit of hope, because they actually went against the Democratic Party by going after Jacoby Pittman. Now I want to look at the title of this video. The title of this video is called "You're Not Welcome Here, DeSantis, Booed as a Visual for Jacksonville Shooting Victim." But Roland Martin, like I said, because he's a Democratic shield, did not mention Pittman at all. He actually in his whole video tried to ignore everything that she said. Now, who is Jacoby Pittman? Well, she's a councilwoman from District 8 of Jacksonville, Florida, right? Well, if you don't know that, you should know that, because I'm gonna go over here to her profile right here. And this right here is who Jacoby Pittman of District 8 of Florida is in Jacksonville. Now, this woman right here, this is what we say local politics matter. We have to know who our council people are. We need to know who our aldermen are. And all these small positions, from the judge to who's running for sheriff in our office, in our county or our district. We didn't know who these people are, because this woman right here, she serves on so many committees. I couldn't believe that she's on all these committees. Nobody knew who she was before this incident. And now that people know who she is from this incident, we have to work to get better people, better representation on the freaking committees, because this woman right here, she's looking out for herself. Now, I actually want to go down to the second paragraph, and it says right here on the second paragraph, actually, look at this right here. It's before I get to the second paragraph, the paragraph says, at the end of the first paragraph, she has served Jacksonville community faithfully for more than 30 years. I believe that's in office, if I'm not mistaken. But currently, Pittman serves as Jacksonville City Council member for District 8 and serves on the Rules Committee, the Neighborhood Community Service, Public Health and Safety Committee, the Special Committee on Opioids, Jacksonville Transportation Authority Board, Jacksonville Zoological Board, the Jacksonville Housing and Community Development Committee, and chair of the Special Committee on Jacksonville Small Emerging Businesses. She was appointed by Governor Rick Scott in July 2018 and elected by the constituents in District 8 in 19. Now, this woman right here, she's on a lot of committees, has been on a lot of former committees. This woman has too much power, and she is not the person who you guys want representing you guys. So if you guys somehow found this video because you're from Florida, you guys have to put out the word that she right here does not represent you guys. You guys got to hold her feet to the fire. And if she's been in office for, what they say, she's been serving for 30 years or something like that. I don't know if they're talking about being in office serving for 30 years or she just been part of the community for 30 years. You guys got to hold her feet to the fire. You got to put out the word that she got to go. You have to put out that word. Now, this right here is what really caught my attention right here. When I went down here and I saw this word gumbo and everything else. So I want to read these 3 points to you guys because one of them actually was a huge red flag for me. Now, number one says engaging and mobilizing constituents and government to work together to address neighborhoods concerns and achieve results by utilizing her voice, influence, and negotiation skills to address the most urgent and important issues impacting the residents of District 8. That's a bunch of word salad right there, first of all. And second of all, mobilizing constituents and government to work together. No, the government works for the constituents. I know that she's not the most intelligent person, but that's what the government's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to work for the constituents of that government who elects you. But we all know that a lot of these elections are fixed, so they put in their puppets in order for them to get elected to office, right? Now, number two, this is what really concerned me right here. It said expanding economic development with the focus on job training and employment, small business investment, and neighborhood revitalization by highlighting District 8 assets. Now, this right here, neighborhood revitalization, that means gentrification. So she's pretty much working with these corporations, pretty much to gentrify the neighborhood. Usually this pushes out the low-income people in the neighborhood or in the area pretty much by selling to corporations. That was a huge red flag for me. When I see people saying neighborhood revitalization, I already know what that means. That means gentrification. Gentrified, going to be gentrified. And that's hell no to me. That's a hell no to the no. So that's a hell no for me. Now, that right there, who is she looking out for? Who is she looking out for the economic development of? She's looking out for the economic development of corporations, not for the people. Now, I'm pretty sure if you're in Jacksonville District 8, you'll see a lot of corporations. So she's talking about this whole neighborhood revitalization. And we see a lot of these black Democratic shields out here selling off neighborhoods, black neighborhoods to corporations for their own benefits, for their own campaign donations, for all this other crap to enrich themselves, to put themselves in the front group. Now, the last one right here says collaborating with law enforcement, community, and neighborhood to reduce criminal activities. That right there is just her putting that there. She's just trying to make it look like she's pro-police, she's pro-community, she's pro-neighborhood. I'm pretty sure she just put that there just to put that there. That's what they usually do because this is what these Democrats do. Most of the time, they're just lying to you. They don't have a record to show you that they're actually working with the police or they're working with the communities or neighborhoods. And sometimes these fucking Democrats, they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm pro-police. Then they'll say, oh, yeah, defund the police. This is what these people do. They'll be wherever the wind blows, that's where you'll find them. But this is who Jacoby Pittman is. So you guys have to watch out for this one, man. And you can look in your district. You can look in your community. I'm pretty sure you'll find somebody like this all over there. And I'm so glad they have a old picture of her because what she was looking like in that scene when she was up at that pretty much at that memorial was a hot mess. I'm sorry to say it, man. She looked like a clown at a circus up there at that memorial talking about let's get this party started. And that's all I want to say for this video, guys. Let me know how you guys feel about this video because I'm very disgusted about what she said. I'm also disgusted that Roland Martin, even though I know he's a Democratic shield, that he didn't hold her feet to the fire when she's talking about let's get this party started. And also threatening the people talking about, okay, I'm here right now, but you don't want Ann to come out or whatever the hell she said. But it was very disgusting behavior put on by this woman in front of her constituents. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm out.